going on, NFL fans? Mr. Shawty, you're back with another Shawty Talks podcast. Today we'll be going over the AFC East offseason overview. Let's hop into it. So, the Buffalo Bills, their biggest need, I believe, is a corner. Their defense did a nice job last year. However, their quarterbacks they were playing were not very good. Granted, they're going to get White back this year, but they were either not very good or not on a very good team. I mean, you played the Jets last year, whose offensive staff was a mess. Offensive line was a mess. Tua was shaky. You had the Jets, who played Mike White last year. Their offensive line, their wide receivers aren't all that impressive. I mean, you overall, defensively, you did fine. But your quarterbacks you played weren't great. So corner's huge. Getting another linebacker in case Milano gets hurt, even though you only play two, your linebacker depth is very poor. Another thing you guys could add is a running back. Hopefully this OC can run the football with what he has, unlike the ball could. But just in case, you guys better snag another running back because we don't know how well this OC will be able to do when he's got to pass the ball 90% of the time. Lastly, I think another need will be defensive tackle. Again, when you consider what you can get for starters, that's mostly through rounds 4 for solid players. And again, with Tim Settle, along with Ed Oliver, defensive tackle isn't huge, but adding another guy wouldn't be a bad idea. On to the New England Patriots. The Patriots, where do I go with this? Wide receiver, I don't think they'll add one. I think it's a need. You look at Myers, you look at Kendrick Bourne, they went both over 100 yards. I think Belichick's going to think that's solid. He added Parker to kind of go along with Aguilar to give them another third wide receiver. However, Parker is probably going to get hurt week 3, and we all know what Aguilar can bring. So again, wide receiver I think is a need. I don't know if he'll address it. Corner, for a team that plays mostly man coverage, they need another corner. Malcolm Butler and Jonathan Jones aren't going to be able to do it by themselves. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes. They could use another edge to go along with Judon. Right now they have a lot of linebackers. However, most of these guys I consider inside linebackers only. And the biggest one I think they need is going to be an offensive guard. You got Trent Brown to play right tackle. You got Wynn to play left tackle. Michael, that 6th round pick from last year, to play left guard. You need a right guard to replace Shaq Mason. And so that's your top need that I believe you guys should hit up. On to the Miami Dolphins. Like I said before, when I was talking about the Bills playing easy teams, you got an offensive line now. Hopefully, this is no excuses for Tua. Tyreek Hill, a very solid offensive line. Teron Armstead at left tackle, Connor Williams at left guard. Center is, I think, the biggest need right now, and when your first pick's in the third, that's very good when we're talking about your biggest need. Thinking right guard, you probably got Robert Hunt or that Eichenberg. And same thing at right tackle, Austin Jackson or Eichenberg. Very, very solid offensive line. Tyreek Hill, Waddle in the zone scheme. You could use another running back. I think the scheme can make any running back look good. But again, your draft capital isn't great, so your needs kind of will match up. I have edge to go along with your first round pick from last year and linebacker depending on where you see Jerome Phillips. And again, when your first pick's in the third round, the chance of adding solid players who can help you and be better than the players you have on your roster right now, I give you 2 picks in order to do that, the third and the fourth. And like I said, that center is top priority. Running back, I don't really see it that way. And depending on where you see Jerome Baker, that's going to determine what you should do with your 4th round pick. On to the New York Jets. The Jets, they need a number 1 wide receiver. Corey Davis obviously isn't it. Elijah Moore is not big enough to be it. And Braxton Berrios is not a number one wide receiver either. I see some sites calling for offensive tackle. I thought Fant, I looked at his grade. He looked all right. Depth, I guess, isn't bad, but isn't great, but I don't know what else you can do. I see the biggest need being a corner and an edge. Now, you have solid guys. I like Franklin Myers. I like Solomon Thomas. However, they are not elite. In Robert Saleh's system, he needed an elite defensive line in order to come out with a really good defense. So you guys don't have that. I could also see you guys adding another linebacker to go along with C.J. Mosley. But otherwise, that's really where I'm seeing. Edge, linebacker, another wide receiver, and corner. As always, let me know your thoughts on what you think your team should do down in the comments. Like and subscribe. Peace out.